Good morning. Welcome all of you on Monday, 29th week in ordinary time. And so today we have very powerful passage which can really become a key for our life. In general, to find the life in our life. Let us listen. A man in the crowd said to Jesus, "Master, tell my brother to give me a share of our inheritance." "My friend," he replied, "who appointed me your judge or the arbiter of your claims?" Then he said to them, Watch and be on your guard against avarice of any kind, for a man's life is not made secure by what he owns, even when he has more than he needs." Then he told them a parable. "There was once a rich man who, having had a good harvest from his land, thought to himself, 'What I am to do? I have not enough room to store my crops.' Then he said, 'This is what I will do. I'll pull down my barns and build bigger ones, and store all my grain and my goods in them, and I will say to my soul, My soul, you have plenty of good things laid by for many years to come. Take things easy, eat, drink, have a good time.' But God said to him, 'Fool, this very night the demand will be made for your soul, and this hoard of yours, whose will it be then?' So it is when a man stores up treasure for himself in place of making himself rich in the sight of God." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Today, I mean, when I was thinking about the Gospel, first thing that came to my mind was to mention about the danger of the riches in the context of other passage where he said we cannot serve God and money, and to speak about the danger of money in some general sense. Then I was thinking maybe about the precariousness of life, that our life is very fragile, that we don't know, the day when we'll be called to pass from this world to the next, which is all both very important things and very much connected, because yes, the message is clear. What point of collecting the things if one day we're gonna die? But here I think there is this more fundamental truth today in these readings, which will help us later on, to have this right relation to money and also the right relation to the final passage when we will die. Please God, we will have a good, healthy life, long, and we will die surrounded by friends and family members. But we know that many times death comes sudden, unexpected. But if we have the key to understand what life is all about, then we don't need to be afraid of that moment, which will be just a passage. Passing through a gate which seems scary is death, but on the other side there's life. I mean, since the very beginning in the book of Genesis, when men have been tempted, Adam and Eve, to claim something for our own, to take something what doesn't belong to us. The attitude of always having, claiming as my own the things that are not my own. This attitude of gathering, keeping, storing, we all have that. It might be about money, that's my money for to save it for, for a difficult time, or our time, to have it, my time, my project is for me, it's for me. The other have to be in a function of my life, of my desires. Sometimes, if we could have time to look at the first reading of today from St. Paul to the Ephesians, chapter 2, is speaking that we all were among them in the past, living sensual life, ruled entirely by our own physical desires and our own ideas. And when we live like that, then we die. I'm not saying now about this final stage of our physical death. But when we keep, when we live constantly to hold to the things of mine, my ideas, my life, my money, my time, and then we don't have life in us. We die inside. Many times in these apocalyptic views in the movies, but many people are a zombie. Zombies going around. Yes, they go to work. They have families. Yes, they have moment when they watch TV. Is the moment when they do something, but they are dead. Because this mentality, the culture of consumption, is for me. The most important things is to take things easy, to eat, drink, have a good time. Have good time. And instead, what gives life is not that. What gives us true life, what gives us the meaning of our existence is when I give. When I give, when I share, when I die to myself, when I enter in, really at service, giving my time, my ideas, my money for the others. It's not, I work so hard, this work, that job I don't like, and then in the end of the month is my money. I can do whatever I want. It's not like that. That doesn't give happiness. People, many times, that sounds like a slavery. But to give life, to really enter in different dimension. If we live in that attitude, Jesus Christ said it many times, in many various places, in different ways. If you want to, keep your life, if you want to, hold to that life, you will die. If you want to have life, you need to give life. As he himself gave his own life for each one of us. And if I have that attitude, beside the fact that I believe that is this lesson for it's lifelong lesson, because we are always tempted to cling to the things and to give them again. That's kind of structure of life is that if we will embrace life as it is, parents who are giving their own life for children, they need to wake up in the middle of the night. They need to sacrifice many things. I've seen that, thanks be to God. in my own parents who were sacrificing many things. So I could have education, so I could have, the clothes. And then we are called to give this to the others. Those who are children, they become parents. But also, in relation to the parents, many times in the old age, to start serving them. Giving life. And if we have that attitude in many other uh, levels of our life, but when we have that attitude, when we discover that that's the key to happiness, then I'm free from the slavery to money, and God provides, and I experience that God provides. And then I don't need to live in fear of death. Oh, because I die. I die. My journey will not finish with the moment of physical death, which is the beginning of life. Of saints was said that they were born to heaven. That death became a moment of birth. So the gospel, quite strong. We want to be full and live constantly life in this with the attitude of gathering, keeping, storing. Always for me, for myself, or I will start living differently. Giving my life, serving. Then I don't need to be afraid. I don't need to live in fear, in the shadow of death anymore. Many people live that, in the shadow of death. There is death, we don't know when it comes, so I need to kind of do best of this life for myself, and then get tired, frustrated, limited and heavy life. Or I will enter in service, giving life. So let us live our life in such a way that we may be not dead inside, but that we may have life. Have a great day. God bless you.